Hi again folks, how's all doing? Firstly, apologies for not uploading a video last week as I intended to, but the audio interface on my PC packed up. But it's been sorted now, or replaced actually, so I can now edit video again. On Sunday there, I was at the first Scottish Festival of Railway Modelling at Braehead Arena in Glasgow. More on that shortly, but first I want to update you on where I am with my studio and my new workstation. So this was how it looked earlier last week. It took 4 coats of emulsion on the walls and 1 on the ceiling, 3 coats of paint on the door, 2 on the skirting and a couple of coats of varnish on the window frame. What fun. I also fitted a new carpet and I've since been busy putting everything back and building a couple of new surfaces out of MDF. This is my new workstation, which isn't finished yet as I still want to get some shelves, but as you can see, I've got a much larger work area with a longer permanently set up test track. I've also got a wee organiser for my tools. Along here I've got some storage and a surface for putting stuff on, such as locomotives and disassembly and trays, and also for packing things up. And there's my PC. That's the new audio interface there, which is the exact same as the old one. Audio interfaces they're a real minefield, and I've had a few different ones over the years. I like this Behringer 204 HD because it's cheap and it's got really good preamps, but it's also got a mix control, which for me is quite important, but most interfaces don't seem to have them for some reason. But there we are, this room is now functional again, so I can get back into doing some repairs, of which I have plenty waiting to be looked at. Now what I wanted to do in the video that I was going to upload last week was show you all the locomotives that I've got sitting waiting to be looked at and that people have sent me. Not something I would normally do, but I thought we'll have a look at them before I start to do the work on them. Just be something a little bit different and maybe quite interesting. So not to waste all the work that I put into recording all that, here is what I'll be working on over the next couple of weeks or so. First up is this old Trang 37 that was sent to me by Paul. He said this has been to 2 different model shops for repair and it now won't run at all. He thinks it's maybe beyond repair. I like to have a go at fixing a locomotive if others have failed, so this will be interesting to work on and see why it's not running. It will be repairable, but it may need a new armature or something. As you can see, it's not running at all, but it's maxing out the amps quite viciously, so there's definitely a short circuit in there. Whether this will get a feature video or be in the shed episode, I haven't yet decided. We shall see. This Hornby double tender Flying Scotsman was sent to me by Rupert. He bought it at a steam fair. It's tender driven and apparently it's got the old alloy pinion gear failure issue, so it should be an easy repair. However, testing it on the track, there's no life in it at all, so I think there's something else up with it. I suspect this will be an in the shed subject, as it's just a Ringfield motor service and pinion gear fix. But yeah, if it's a really nice runner when repaired, I might feature it just because of the novelty of the double tender. Phil sent me this old Black 5 and some bits and pieces that he's asked if I could have a go at getting a working Black 5 from. Yeah, it could be interesting. Might do a video on that. I'll need to sit and have a closer look at all the parts to be confident of actually being able to build a working model, but we shall see. Dan asked if I'd have a look at a number of locomotives for him, particularly a job lot of Lima diesels he wants CD motor conversions done on. There are 5 of them, 2 Cocos and 3 Bobos. Should be straightforward enough to do them, but it does get a bit boring doing the same thing to a number of locomotives one after the other. But Limas are easy to work on, and converting them to CD motors is well worth the effort, so we'll probably show these in this shed episode. Along with the Limas, Dan also sent this Hornby 040 locomotive, which he says it's got a worn drive gear and a faulty coupling. It certainly has a worn drive gear, as you can see there. He said he can't get the body off. They can be tricky to remove and invariably end up with broken clips, but we'll see. Again, I think this will probably be in the shed video. And finally, Dan also sent this Hornby 14XX, which he bought brand new. He said that the gears seemed to be slipping, but the shop wouldn't take it back. He then sent it to Hornby and they fixed the gear problem, but it's now rocking on its middle wheels. He's sent it to me to have a look at. It'll be interesting to see what Hornby have done to it. It kind of looks like they've maybe reassembled it incorrectly or something. I think this will be a featured repair, I would think. At Braehead Arena on Sunday, a chap called Larry asked me to look at these 3 060 tank engines that have been given the Caledonian livery, which is nice to see. These are kits built on Triang chassis, and one of them has a 5-pole motor that's been glued in, which might be fun in games. Generally speaking, I'm not keen on working on kit built models due to them being a bit of a law unto themselves, but I think these should be okay because it's really just the bodies that constitute the kit part. A couple of the chassis are just standard Triang chassis. There's that odd one with the 5-pole motor that might be tricky, but we shall see. I'd quite like to do a video on these, but we'll see how it goes. So that's some of what's coming soon. Now I mentioned that I was at Braehead on Sunday there. A nice exhibition and a great venue. However, they really should have had some signage from the car park and in the shopping centre, because anyone who didn't know where Braehead Arena was might have had some fun finding the place, because it was only accessible through the shopping centre. But a very good show, and a lot of people stopped to say hello, which was nice. Lots of new faces too, which was quite cool. Now I went there only intending to get a couple of wee things for the new workstation, but let's have a look at what I picked up. First of all, this footbridge. I've been looking for one like this with the exact same width as the old Dublo one, and was pretty much resigned that I would have to alter one or kit bash something. But I knew this was the right one as soon as I saw it, so very pleased with that. I might weather it a bit. I also picked up some more trees and some houses, which I'm going to rebuild and paint up. These appear to have been clipped together, so they'll come apart. So I can do a bit of work in the windows and paint them up to look a bit more realistic. I really need to get back working on the layout soon. I decided not to buy any new locomotives at Braehead, so I didn't go there looking for anything in particular. I was very tempted by a Hornby Tornado in BR Blue, which was going for a very good price, but I managed to resist it. But I can see me picking one of them up at some point in the future. But yeah, I decided no new locomotives this time. And then I saw this Hornby Thompson L1 in apple green going for 60 quid. Couldn't resist it, so it came home with me. So that's what I got from the Scottish Festival of Railway Modelling at Braehead Arena in Glasgow. Well done to Renfrewshire Model Railway Club and everyone else involved in organising it. I really hope to see it happen again next year. I'm going to look at the L1 in detail in my next video, which will be very soon. It'll be the first model to feature at my new workstation. I also intend to do a full tour of my workstation and all my tools and stuff very soon in another video, and of course I've got all these locomotives to sort, so I better get cracking. Okay folks, catch yous later.